It's your favorite time of the week. Instant replay presented by Cheez-It for MLS Week 29. No Charlie Davies, so I'll do the duty. Let's go. Let's get started in Seattle. Danny Leyva knows how Jimmy Medranda feels after this inspiring, incredible Golazo was taken off the board after video review. The shimmies, the cuts, the calmness, the finish. All 10 out of 10, and enough to distract us all, including referee Chris Pinso, from a potential foul by Freddie Montero on Keegan Rosenberry in the build-up. Goal stood, then it was taken away after VAR Edwin Jurasevich suggested Pinso take another look on the monitor. Do I agree? Regretfully, and look, this really pains me to say given the level of swag involved, yes, I agree. In my opinion, Jurasevich and Pinso made the correct call here. Rosenberry is winning the race to this ball. He is going to clear the danger with his outstretched right foot. That is, until Montero throws a leg in front and trips him. He fouls Rosenberry clearly and obviously, in my opinion, which leads directly to Medranda's goal, which lives on in our hearts, but not the score sheet. As for the red card on Lucas Estevez, not serious foul play in my opinion, though I can understand why Pinso pulled the red card out of his back pocket when he saw this live. You can see the straight-ish left leg from the Brazilian defender. He goes over the ball a bit, and he could have caught João Paulo on the ankle with those studs, but he didn't. Estevez gets the ball, very little if any of the player, and I agree with Steve Zakuani in the Sounders broadcast. Not a red card and maybe not even a foul. You could call this reckless, however, and hand out a yellow, and I'd probably say, okay, fine, I see that, straight leg and all. But a sending off? I feel the same as Robin Fraser. Extremely puzzled. I'd have liked to see Jurasevich flag this one for review as well. To Portland we go. The Timbers took down Inter Miami 1-0, but Phil Neville was understandably frustrated by this foul call by referee Robert Sabiga in the 86th minute that ruled out a Julian Carranza equalizer. It is a little soft, as Stu Holden expressed on the broadcast. Tuparch goes down pretty easy, but ultimately I agree with Sabiga. Two extended arms into the back of the defender and a little push to create space for the header that turns into a goal is a foul, even if the shove isn't egregious. Let's keep it rolling in Philly where the Union took down the Crew. Test yourself right here. Is Kasper Shabilko offside on this ball from Alejandro Bedoya? Producer Rich, give these fine folks a couple looks. All right, you've seen it. What's your take? Sure looks to me like he's leaning into an offside position when the ball is played, but I know better to trust my eyes 100% in these situations. The angles will play tricks on you. Certainly there's nothing clear and obvious there to overturn the goal. How about the second yellow to Kai Wagner later in the second half? For me, that is the right call. Wagner is beat. This is a promising attack. Wagner straightens up and he makes sure he obstructs and gets the body of Luis Diaz. Watch him. He stands up and gets into the chest. His Matador move is not fooling me, and it didn't fool referee Victor Rivas. Yellow was the correct call in my opinion. Same for the PK called on Alvis Powell for this collision with Giassi Zardes in the box. Sorry Alvis, you can't jump into people in the penalty area without winning the ball. Zardes won it, he brought it down on his chest, and Powell fouled him. End of story for me. Props to the Crew in Austin. Referee Rosendo Mendoza called this a penalty live that he went back and reversed with the help from VAR Jair Marufo. Watch closely, there's a lot going on here. Justin Glad wins this ball in the end fair and square. There is no foul on Glad on this play in my opinion, just a clean physical tackle. Now, you could argue that Eric Holt fouls Gite. See that little pull right there? Watch the feet, maybe there's contact there too? No, I don't think so. Not enough there for a penalty for me. Gite was off balance and Glad won the ball. On to the next one. I think Mendoza got this right and Austin got the dub without it. Another good review in Dallas. Ryan Hollingshead thinks he got the winner here. Alas, he settles the ball with his hand. Doesn't matter that it isn't intentional. Nice spot from VAR Ismael Elfath to alert Rubiel Vasquez to the handball. Same for the red card given to Emmanuel Reynoso. Rubiel missed it live and Elfath cleaned it up on the back end. It feels harsh because I don't think there's any intent here from Reynoso, but there doesn't have to be for it to be serious foul play. Reynoso lunged late, he didn't get the ball, and he stepped on the ankle of Salbota Shun with his full weight. That's excessive force for me. Here's the wording of the law in case you have some doubts. Again, props to Elfath for flagging this one. Good red card in my opinion. Lastly, did Jonathan Bond get away with one against LAFC and El Trafico? Yeah, I think the LA Galaxy goalkeeper did. Slow this down, Editor Rich. Yeah, Bond gets the ball, you can see, but only after Christian Arango wins the race to it and gets a touch first. Bond then follows through with that kick and clearly takes Arango down, in my opinion, via a kick to the foot. Just because you get the ball doesn't mean a foul didn't occur. I get why referee Armando Villarreal made the call live. My first take was no foul. Bond wins the ball, that is until I watched more angles. I think there's enough here to go to review, but VAR Kevin Stott disagreed and there was no review. The play stood as called, no PK. That's it for Instant Replay presented by Cheez-It for MLS Week 29. Big thanks to our producer and editor on this joint, Rich Hernandez. Remember, if you see something, say something. My mentions are open and Charlie Davies will be back next time. Speaking of, we'll see you next time.